All right, test 1 2 3, test 1 2 3. I think we are good to go. There we go. All right, everybody. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Here is Loki looking for free treats as always. He's gonna get one here in just a second. So sorry about the last few days. My Wi-Fi has just been horrible. I had to go to Xfinity, get a new modem because my modem it just kind of pooped out. So yeah, that's what I've been dealing with the past few days. No internet, or very slow internet, I should say. It was definitely a struggle. But as far as I know right now, my internet is fixed, a new modem, everything's up and running, so I should be able to stream with you guys for the next hour and a half here, probably until 1:30 p.m. Pacific time, and then I'll be streaming again tonight for a late night stream as we kind of see what's happening with Bitcoin right now, because again, Bitcoin is closing on all-time highs, which means we're also looking for a pretty big level of resistance. So, hey Wild Beast, hey Rosvan, happy to see all of you guys. Kat the Luna, happy to see you as well. Thanks for the mentions over the last few days. Crypto Ricky, happy to see you as well. Let's do this. Everybody's excited. This is like a Trump bump right here, so I'm very curious to see what's going to happen as we get closer to the inauguration. Right? And hey, I'm happy to see my man. And when am I hitting the casino? I am going to the casino next Thursday, I believe, as it's my grandfather's birthday, and we're going to a nice fancy restaurant inside of it. So should be a very good time. How much will I gamble? Maybe a couple $100, but not too much here. But long story short, guys, my Wi-Fi is back. Sorry, I couldn't even stream in HD to you guys, which was horrible. But right now, I'm actually higher than normal. I'm at 36,000 KBS right now, which is great. I think I only need like 20,000 to stream in 4K, so everything seems to be getting back to normal. But when I tell you I was stressed, I was stressed. And fun fact, when it comes to the channel, when my computer has issues, is usually when Bitcoin is doing the best. Ever since 2020, when I started doing crypto, my computer or my internet Wi-Fi would always mess up when crypto was going crazy. Don't know why, but that's just the way it freaking has been. Now, that being said, everybody, hopefully you guys are having a good day here. Bitcoin is having a good day too. I didn't have time to make an intro video today because I was off at Xfinity. I went to the store and got Loki some treats and stuff, like one of those like mom and pop shops, because he loves their treats. And so yeah, that's what I've been doing all morning. So what I'm going to do right here, no wonder your stream from yesterday disappeared. Yeah, I did try it twice, failed twice, and I deleted both of them. There we go. Do I think Trump inauguration is a sell the news event? Oh, you know, I don't feel the need to be going all in right now on potential trades, and that's because I've been telling you guys for a while just to dollar cost average. And again, even though Bitcoin, look at that, it's a beautiful move. That doesn't mean your altcoin positions are profitable if you've been dollar cost averaging, right? What my XRP position is doing pretty well. I have a few of those on different exchanges, all leveraged out, and I've been holding them for a minute. I'll show you guys the week's one here in a few minutes. But yeah, I'm more of like, keep dollar cost averaging, because in the scheme of things, eventually we are going to hit that altcoin season moment, right? And then that's where you're really going to be making all the profit. These types of moves, they're great day to day, but the day traders are having the best moves today. Longer term investors and dollar cost averagers, if you want to call them that, they're the ones like, okay, we're making some good money today, but we have no intention to sell whatsoever. That's kind of where I am at right now, right? Although I would have loved to take this breakout here, but again, I just had no Wi-Fi. With no Wi-Fi, there's no way you can freaking trade. And if you wanted to trade with no Wi-Fi, that's just a huge risk that I do not want to take, right? So, sorry, Loki's over here winding up a storm. I got this tendon from the lady at her shop, and Loki loves these suckers, as you can see right here. All right. Wait, sit. 1, 2, 3, attack. Yeah. Oh, that was the gentlest attack in the world. All right. So, yeah. So now that my Wi-Fi is better, I'm hoping my computer can do just fine. And then from there, I'm going to start doing some 2-hour streams again. Today, I'm running a little bit behind, so it'll be like 12 to 1:30, so it'll be an hour and a half. But yeah, we'll be talking about Bitcoin that entire time. And then I'll be back live maybe around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, something like that. Maybe 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. I'm not entirely sure. And basically, can I get some dinner in my system? Can I make sure I have enough water? And then can I just kind of lounge here and be fine? And fun fact, my plantar fasciitis got worse, so I'm not standing up anymore. Still going to the gym and all that stuff. I think I'm going to make a video every time I go to the gym this week, actually, or next week. Just of me sitting in the bike pedaling and stuff like that and listening to music. But yeah, so no standing for a little bit here as I kind of get that fixed up. It fucking hurts. But yeah, Okay, so as far as Bitcoin's concerned, everybody, we do have a few good signs here on the daily chart. We did get the MACD back up here and running. We did have a little bit of a bullish divergence on the RSI, so everything is flowing in the short term, right? Short term, everything looks pretty nice. It looked pretty nice a few days ago, as you guys recall, but unfortunately, we were hit pretty hard. This was a news event. I don't recall what it was. It was a news event of some type. I'm sorry, I can't remember exactly what it was. It did pump Bitcoin up. Bitcoin wasn't ready. Obviously, you can see that these types of breakouts don't happen like that usually. Bitcoin dumped, hit back down to support. I took a long right here thinking we were going to go up. And what happened? We dipped back down before going higher, and I was like, oh, shit. So I got caught in that little rookie mistake, and so I got liquidated, right? Not liquidated, but stop lost. And so now we're seeing Bitcoin go back a little bit higher. We broke back above those moving averages like we talked about. Moving averages do mean a lot of volatility. And after that, we had a clean breakout here today. That's leading us back above the Fibonacci level, which we have not been able to really hold on the monthly chart so far. And we're closing in at the all-time highs, at least for this Bitcoin tethered chart on Binance, which happened to be $108,353.00. Okay. Now, while all this is happening, the weekly chart's also looking a little bit better. We remain bullish in the MACD. We never went bearish. Stochastic RSI getting more into possible bullish form, I would say right now, but ultimately, I'm just still being patient about this. One of the interesting things about all of this, actually, is if you take away the oscillators and you just start going through some of these other tokens, you know, they're still far from the highs we experienced as well. Maybe they have a breakout, but it might happen like in a week or two, which could be interesting to keep an eye on. Solana having another crack at the breakout, I would say. Dogecoin having a really nice move today. I don't know if you guys have been watching Dogecoin. Clean breakout a couple days ago, moving up afterwards, which is nice. Leading itself into another golden cross, which means Dogecoin may make another push up here towards 49.50 cents. That'd put it within like 20 or so cents from all-time highs, which would be a very big surprise because a lot of people counted Dogecoin out over the past few years. With still very, very far away. And this is what I mean by dollar cost averaging. If you've been dollar cost averaging for a little bit of time, even if you started over here, right, there's still a good chance you haven't turned profitable just yet, and that it's okay. It's okay to keep dollar cost averaging, but there's a lot of tokens that are not anywhere close to their all-time highs. Like, in order for WIF to get back to all-time highs, it has to go back up 167% from where it is now after having a good day today. Bonk, very close. Miro, oh shit, I don't know, guys, I don't know. Maybe doing an altcoin season run, it can make a move. I'd still have money invested in this. Baby Dogecoin, similar story. STMX, similar story. Book of Memes, similar story. Sheeb, again, right? Although Sheeb is doing pretty well, up 9-10% right now. Pepe's up a little bit. Pepe is one of those nice ones, though, because it keeps on going up and breakout after breakout after breakout. But that's the gist, right? That's the gist of what we're seeing right now. And this all became possible due to the catalyst from that lighter than expected core CPE number, or excuse me, core CPI number here, which was interesting. I wasn't there. I don't know if there's any more inflation data that came out today. No. No. They did move the Trump inauguration to be indoors due to the extreme cold weather, which is going to be very, very interesting. In other news, MicroStrategy's up around 8%, so that's good news here. But in the short term here, you can just basically see Bitcoin in the 5-minute chart. It's just going higher and higher, and even as we talk, we're seeing some nice moves. So what I think I want to do very fast is just add this little bit of an orange or red line. Let's make it red. Red? No, yellow is a good color. I don't see much yellow on this screen. And basically you can see where all-time highs are at. Now, this is still a few $1,000 higher than where we are. I don't want you to give you guys like, you know, meh. But we are headed that way currently, and momentum still seems to be positive during this experience. Couple things here. Bitcoin's up 5% today, still looking pretty good. Big movers though. SPX, talked about this as far as if you wanted dollar cost average into it, up 43%. OKB is up 15. Rune is up 13. Kai is up 12.5. Flare up 9. So we got some normal ones like 9, 6, 7, 8%. What's going down? Still AI16Z. Interesting about this one, I'm not entirely sure why it's coming down, but this may be a good opportunity for a dip buy if you want to take it. But there's a few tokens right now like Virtuals, Puggy, Pudgy. These are all had really good moves over the past few months, as you can see from the 90-day ranges. I mean, they've come up a lot. They seem to be coming down today, which is just a little bit more interesting. XRP is coming down today, but it's also up 37% for the week, which is great. I haven't brought up weeks in a minute here, but I opened up some swing trades, you guys know, a long time ago, or dollar cost averages with leverage. The fees have been kind of small because I didn't put much money in there, but these positions are all down, the ones I opened for. To keep on telling you guys, dollar cost averaging, it's still not profitable just yet. My fetch is down 166. My AI is down 14, not bad actually. NMR is down 92. Again, these are 5x leverage longs, not the end of the world. Fetch is actually down 10x long. Now, our XRP position is up 2,200%, although we already closed part of these positions. World token is up around 191%, but XRP still appears to be that that beautiful winner right now. I mean, just look at that. Now, again, this is a 5x long, so again, it's moved up a lot, but still 5x times that, that's a pretty good move. And we've already locked in most of the profits, so right now we're only looking at about $105 of gains. But I think this is something I want to have open. And I think what I'm going to do later on tonight with you guys is open up new positions as far as dollar cost averaging with maybe 2 to 5x leverage. Something I'm thinking that could be kind of fun though is I have money on the weeks and I have money on BYD5. What about having weeks be only about AI, only about memes of Web3, and maybe BYDFi being only another type of sector, if you will. You know, maybe the metaverse or NFTs or something like that. Or maybe they could, each one could be focused on two specific, what would you want to call these, I guess, ecosystems? I don't know. But, you know, each exchange could have two. I think that'd be kind of fun to try out. Yeah, so that's kind of what's going on right now. As far as Bitcoin on X, you can see everybody's finally talking about it here. Actually, let me go. Can you guys see this right here? Kind of. Massachusetts introduces Bitcoin reserve bill. We had Texas coming out with one. California is drafting pro-Bitcoin legislation. Crypto into politics. So there's just a lot of stuff happening. It's good news. But it all seems to be coming together. It all seems to be coming together because what we've been seeing with Trump and the inauguration, right? So what I'm going to do very fast is pause the music, put my headphones on. We're going to listen to this very fast. Crypto regulation is definitely coming, and it's going to be good for all of us to pay attention to it. Although these crypto regulations aren't going to really manifest for years because, like, you can pass a bill, but it takes years for it to be actually, you know, hit the system, so to speak, to actually be relevant. Right over there. There we go. So let me push this full screen. Here we go. Audio up to 94%.
But I'm curious, Senator, there's a lot of people, and a lot of your peers probably, you know, people who I talk to, who really think that crypto is a waste of capital and is not something that United States should double down on, and get so upset when they hear this talk of different states, whether it's Pennsylvania, now Texas, or us doing something nationally with a Bitcoin reserve. What was your aha moment? Why do you think this has real value for this country?
Well, it's taken some time, and my viewpoint has evolved. As you remember, Kelly, I was the U.S. ambassador to Japan. I saw a massive heist take place there with CoinCheck. I was deeply concerned about, you know, where that cryptocurrency might have landed. But as I dug into the technology and saw the potential of the blockchain, where this could go, it's absolutely amazing. And then if I think about just basic principles of a decentralized currency like this, the freedom and the liberty that it supports, there's a lot of very positive aspects to this, and I think America should be at the forefront of it.
All right. But I'm curious, Senator.
That was a pretty good answer. Remember, there's still a lot of people in CNBC that do not like Bitcoin. I think she's one of their main Bitcoin reporters as well, but she looks at it more from a corporate view, which is a little bit like more governments, like, hey, government needs to be involved, and not as like, fuck the government. The government's failed us so many times. We got to fix our own shit over here and make Bitcoin. Now, as far as everything else, everybody, the rest of the market is overall doing great. NASDAQ is up, S&P is up, and the Dow Jones is up. Really, it's all about the NASDAQ today, and you're seeing that kind of spread across to Bitcoin here. Excuse me. This is one piece of news we're not going to talk about too much here, but the SEC files opening brief in its appeal against Ripple over XRP. I'm talking kind of fast. I don't know why. I've been stressed actually about having no Wi-Fi. I feel like I'm jumping back into everything. But anyway, since we have a new SEC head coming in here very soon, and we'll talk about this a little bit more in a minute, I'm curious if this really does have any meat or if the government is going to pull back on this lawsuit. XRP, their vice president, I believe, was donating and cozying up to Kamala Harris. So I wonder if Donald Trump is going to be pro XRP or just say, let bygones be bygones. They were just hedging their bets, and we can, we'll pull back on from this lawsuit. I'm kind of curious to see if that happens or not. But one SEC commissioner down before Trump's term. Gary Gensler is next. Gary Gensler is about to resign any day now, and I think we should all be rejoiced by that, especially if on the day he leaves, Bitcoin manages to hit another all-time high. It would really just send the signal that he is getting kicked out of the government and bureaucracy because of Bitcoin and his inability to stop it, right? So, as Gary Gensler prepares to announce his resignation, some SEC officials have said they will step down before Donald Trump's inauguration. Jamie Lizarraga, maybe, of the United States Securities Commission should be leaving the financial regulator as a new presidential administration prepares to take power. The SEC commissioner announced in November that he planned to step down on January 17th. Today is January 17th from the agency where he had worked since 2022. Now, we still have a few more minutes before the end of the workday. I think we have 2 hours here. So I'm guessing in the next hour and a half, news is going to break that Gary Gensler has formally put in his resignation. And I believe he will quit. And I believe we should see Bitcoin actually have a pretty good spike. This is for you speculative investors out there that want to play rough and tumble. That's probably the move to make. For me, though, I'm looking at Bitcoin at the moment. And I'm like, we're at a pretty nice little uptrend here. We may get tested pretty soon to kind of have a correction for a little bit and then have that nice rally later on. But Gary Gensler is going to be another catalyst for today, which I want you guys to be aware of, right? So, the departure of Lizarraga and the expected resignation of SEC Chair Gary Gensler on January 20th would likely leave the financial regulator with a staffing gap as President-elect Donald Trump prepares to take office. Let's see. Well, he planned to step down on January 7th, and the expected resignation will happen the 20th. So today is Friday, he's not going to be able to work on Monday. So I guess he would probably hand in his resignation today and then just not show up on Monday, right, during the inauguration, because isn't Monday already Martin Luther King Day? I feel like that's probably the best way to go. So again, I'd keep a close eye on Bitcoin because of that. Next up, once Gary Gensler steps down on the day of Trump's inauguration, his 3 remaining commissioners of the SEC will be Hester Pierce, Caroline Crenshaw, and Mark Ueda. Crenshaw's term officially ended in June 2024, but she will likely be allowed to serve until the end of 2025 unless replaced by a Trump nominee confirmed by the Senate. So I wonder if she's been pro or anti-crypto, because that's going to have a big impact if she's able to keep her job or not, right? So let's get rid of some of these right here. Now, I don't know if I'd call myself a pundit. I don't know what you call most of the people on the news right now, but I think this is probably one of the most interesting stories, and it keeps on evolving hour after hour because more states are putting forward legislation. That does not mean they're going to pass, but we're seeing this happen much, much more, right? So, U.S. Bitcoin Reserve has pundits in tailspin as Trump inauguration looms. Trump's term may witness the adoption of a U.S. Bitcoin Reserve. Is this the only way forward, or a rather large nail in the dollar's coffin? I do not think this is a nail in the dollar's coffin at all. I think this is just part of the government's. I would say it's a test by the government to see if they can make some money off it, and they think it's worth the investment right now because, as you guys know, Bitcoin continues to go higher and higher and higher. Right? At the center is Senator Cynthia Lummis' contentious Bitcoin Act of 2024, which would compel the Treasury to acquire 1 million Bitcoin over 5 years and annual purchases of 200,000 Bitcoin. That'd be wild, because if it happens on the 1st of every year, there's just going to be a run-up right into that day. It's going to crash right afterwards. The bill has sparked intense debate among crypto pundits. While some see a Bitcoin reserve as a solution to a failing fiat monetary system, others warn of a significant risk. It could slide the dollar into hyperinflation, some say. Others believe that if the United States doesn't take the plunge now, it may fall behind. And I think that's kind of where we're at, right? Again, 1 million Bitcoin over 5 years. It's not like that's a crazy amount for the government to spend. We all know how much money the government wastes. We all know, right? And at least for the majority of it, the government's not really investing much. They're just kind of paying other people, kind of wasting it away. So I think this is a good way to spend some money. And of course, it's not just, what's happening in the United States. Basically, it's happening in states as well. But I thought this was a good post right here. This is from Ki Young Ju. Strategic Bitcoin reserve debate has become a chicken and egg dilemma. Proponents, as the dollar dominance weakens, as the dollar dominance weakens, Bitcoin will become the inevitable alternative. Adopt it early. Opponents, Bitcoin threatens the dollar dominance. Don't disrupt the status quo. Right. Well, again, if you know anything about Donald Trump, he does not like the status quo. Yeah, we should be good. Sorry, got a voicemail or something going in here, but it's messing up my phone. But yeah, I don't know. Which one do you guys think? I'm more of like the dollar dominance weakens. I mean, we got a strong dollar right now. I don't think a dollar is going to fall off any day now or something like that. I just think over time, people realize that the dollar is losing its value. Inflation is kind of getting kind of crazy. No matter what happens, the dollar is going to become less and less valuable. So if you want to be able to afford something very, very nice, I'd rather own Bitcoin and hold it for 10 years rather than hold the dollar for 10 years. Isn't that the whole point, right? And again, I think of Bitcoin as an investment, not the currency of which I'm going to be spending stuff. But right now, I live in a house that's like $600,000-$700,000, right? 10 years, because of the way inflation goes, because of the housing markets, this house may be worth like 1.5 or something crazy like that. Well, I'd rather just own Bitcoin instead of owning the dollars in order to buy that house down the road. That's just the way my brain thinks. I don't need the money right away. I know Bitcoin's going to be very volatile, but I'm still happy for the ride, right? All right. And if you guys are joining for the first time, please make sure to hit that subscribe button to show your support. I got I have to update some things on my page actually here pretty soon. So there's a lot of back and forth debate. You guys have seen it all over CNBC. I don't need to go back into it. But again, you're going to see more and more of this talk on CNBC, on Fox Business. And I actually believe that Fox Business is pro Bitcoin reserve now because they are a little bit more right of center. Bloomberg is open to it, same with CNBC. So I don't think there's really an anti-Bitcoin stance. The only anti-Bitcoin person I've really seen is, what's his name? CBC, Squawk Box host, what's his name? Yeah, Andrew Ross Sorkin. That's the only person I've seen that really doesn't like Bitcoin, or he like really goes against it. He's probably the most political of the hosts on CNBC, along with this guy. He's a very conservative guy. Andrew's a very liberal guy. She's very liberal as well. Well, it's fine. It's not crazy. But these two have the most anti and pro Bitcoin stances. Or actually, they're both kind of anti Bitcoin if you really think about it and watch them talk about it. He's more of like, okay, I'm not going to stop it, but I don't agree with it. He's more like, we should stop it. All right, back over here. I don't know if you guys saw XRP. We talked about it for a quick second, but XRP at this moment in time is up around 1%. This is the daily chart. It's already been spiking, so it's okay for it to only be up around 1% right now. It's having a very nice move. We've had a few different breakouts over the last few days. All right, this is the latest breakout, test support, bounce all the way back up, and we go over here to the weekly chart. I mean, it really is a beauty to see what happened to XRP. It took a long time, and it was a bunch of flatness. But again, all we really needed here was just the government and I guess the judicial system to play out for XRP to have a nice rally. Remember, we have what did I say? The trade was profit right now. I should have not sold as much of my position, but the trade is up around 2,300% right now with the 5x leverage, so that was a good play. Let me see if I can turn that off. Alias. I can recommend Alias. That's kind of cool. But yeah, so we got some good stuff here, guys. We got some really good stuff working in our favor. That being said, I am fairly surprised that Bitcoin made this move as fast as it did. I thought that we might consolidate a little bit more. If you guys recall, over the last few days, I had like a squiggly line where I was like, I could see with CPI being good, I could see Bitcoin coming up, squiggle down here, and then on the 20th, have that move. So I thought this might happen on the Trump inauguration, but we're kind of just front running it right now. It seems like everybody's very, very excited, and all of this news is dropping all at once that is making everybody even more excited, right? I think it's just the news impact of all this. Because if you would look at Bitcoin a few days ago, you could still see that bearish pressure kind of forcing it down. And without that news, I actually think Bitcoin would probably be somewhere around 96 to 95,000 bucks right now. However, with the good news that we've been getting, and again, it's mostly just Bitcoin reserve stuff, everybody's like, uh-oh, if the government's about to go all in on freaking Bitcoin, states are about to go all in on Bitcoin, we might as well get in now and make as much money as possible, you know? Because remember, interest rates are not going to be happening over the next few months, so that's not a good sign for Bitcoin. But if people just raw buying Bitcoin, or the government, you know, that has limited amounts of money is raw buying Bitcoin, I think we're in good shape here. All right. One more story here very fast. U.S. Bitcoin reserve odds skyrocketing on betting markets. I'm not going to go through the story. I just want to let you guys know that, like, you guys can bet on everything nowadays. But the odds of Trump creating a Bitcoin reserve in 2026, we're in 2025, at roughly 70%. 70%. So I am hoping we can get this done ASAP. I really want to see the government start to buy up more Bitcoin. They say 2026, but I think we can do it in 2025. I really, really do. There's a lot of momentum for it, and I believe for the first time in a while, a lot of politicians, they understand that there's a lot of people that like cryptocurrency, and they want the government to do this in order to help out our positions. Because as you guys know, the government is already funneling tons of money to corporations. We all know that. We make money off it if you if you follow where that money is flowing in those bills. So, you know, why not buy Bitcoin as an investment? And while they're buying it up, of course, the United States government would be a great place to a great thing to use, I guess, as our X liquidity here. X liquidity. All right, so let me go back over here to Bitcoin very fast. Let me get rid of this. Let me put the music back on in a second. I will put it back down to low audio, though. There we go. I got my own music in the background that's not YouTube approved. I got... Oh, it's Beyonce. I actually don't like Beyonce all too much. Hold on. Yeah, I need to hear her from the fairy godmother and Shrek. That's a better song if I do say so myself. All right. Back out of that. Anything else before I answer questions, actually? Explore. I just want to see what's going on with X right now. Wyoming and Massachusetts move towards Bitcoin reserves. Trump signals new era for crypto as national priority. IRS chief steps down before term end. Look at that. Bitcoin's 105K milestone. Crypto community reacts. All right, let's see. California State Assembly member Philip Chen to draft pro-Bitcoin legislation. Yeah. SUI to sponsor President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration. I mean, there's a lot of crypto money around this presidency right now. It is actually amazing to see how far they've been able to come. It really, really is how far they've been able to come here. All right, so we're on a 5-minute chart right now. I can squeeze this down a little bit here. Actually, before that, let me actually show you guys the Lux Algo one. Everything is cooking and bullish right now. Look at that 1 hour green signal right there. Kind of choppy back over here. But I guess it only mattered once the 4 hour turned anyway, so yeah. So right there is when the actual one that mattered. 15 minute, still good yeah. If you guys like it where like daily charts good, that allows you to use the 4 hour charts a little bit more, right? 4 hour charts. That 4-hour chart and daily chart allows you to use the 1-hour charts, which unlocked here. If you followed it before everything was set, you would have lost money. Locked and loaded on here as well on the 15-minute chart. And that was, I guess, right back over here. When is that? 8:30 in the morning. Yeah, this move right over here. Oh, right here. Still going up. I'll make a tutorial on this one. I know I've made a couple. The YouTube doesn't promote it, but I don't exactly know what to call this. I'm like the greatest swing trading strategy ever video or something like that. Yeah, I'll figure out a way to do it. But yeah, so all of that seems to be working very, very well for us. And don't knock that strategy. I've showed you guys how to do it a few times. Don't knock that strategy. It can be very, very good. You just have to wait for everything to kind of like say, hey, this is good, this is good, this is good. And if you follow that, usually you're pretty happy with it. It's just that normally we're not seeing the Bitcoin go up 6%. You might be looking at Bitcoin to go 2 to 3% with that type of move, if that makes sense. A little bit better. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is see what you guys are talking about here. Nice gym with Mike. I mean, that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing here. I'll just be riding the bike in some workout gear, and I'll just be recording myself talking with you guys. Since my YouTube demonetized my channel, I guess, I can actually have the music playing in the background and it won't be like a nuisance, so YouTube won't get mad about that. So we'll see how it works out. Do I think the Trump inauguration is a sell the news event? I would definitely have stop losses right after the event. Yeah, I'd probably have stop losses in place. I think a lot of people are looking forward to Trump saying something about Bitcoin and then, of course, signing some type of crypto or Bitcoin executive order on day one, right, which would be Monday. And let's say that gets pushed back till Tuesday and he doesn't say anything in his inaugural address about Bitcoin. I do think you'd see Bitcoin come down a few $1,000 off of that. Would it be the end of this rally and stuff like that? No. But I think it's definitely worth having a stop loss for those of you guys who have opened up trades over the last like day or so. It'd be worth it to have those stop losses and like a nice little previous dip and just kind of see what happens next. Because again, as much as Bitcoin's going up, altcoins are really the juicy moments here. I mean, Dogecoin is up 10% right now. It's flat at this moment in time, but I mean, look at that run up. Whoosh! I mean, talk about a lovely move. Broke out, consolidated, then shot back up to the heavens. And, here we are waiting for another big pop that could probably bring us back up towards 44, 45 cents for Dogecoin. Could be a great move right now. But again, that goes up into the Trump inauguration. Because I wasn't anticipating a move like this, I said, until the actual day of the inauguration. This is happening earlier than I ever expected. So definitely some good stuff going there. Momentum is slowing down a little bit, but not enough to really concern me right now. And if you guys are just joining in, 105,400. All-time high is right up here, a little bit above $108,000. So we are fairly close to this. I think for now, I don't need the oscillators. I just kind of want to show you guys what's actually happening here. Fun fact, dollar index is also going higher today. Had a little bit of volatility, as you guys know, but besides that, nothing too crazy. U.S. oil, still doing nothing. Basically flat. I'm very curious to see if we break down later on. I got a more substantial one. There we are. Okay. If Bitcoin corrects today up to 90K, alts does LL, there'll be a lot of blood. Yeah, I don't think Bitcoin's going back down to $90,000 today. Now, over the next few weeks, you could definitely do that if we have some bad inflation data coming out, or the FOMC beige book later on this month has some bad information in it. I think that's why I'd start to be more concerned. But for now, there just seems to be a lot of euphoria out there in the markets because Donald Trump's coming back into office. Joe Biden is on his way out. People view Joe Biden as just not great for the economy. Joe Biden is more of like a Carter type of president, which is not necessarily a great one, right? And at least Carter, after he was kicked out of office, he had many years to change the perception around him. Joe Biden doesn't have many years left, right? He's been in public service for most of his life. It's just, he's getting old. What do you think about Solana? What's a good entry for long? I'd be very careful if you want to get into Solana for right now. Usually, you got to wait for the breakout. Solana already broke out a while ago, right? Broke out right here for a small trade. Broke out right here for another trade. If you wanted to go from this other trend line right there, it just broke out maybe, 12 hours ago? And now it's consolidating. If you wanted to, you could open a position right here and then look for an opportunity for Solana to get back up here around 235 from 218, and that'd be the move to make. That's your first opportunity, and then you'd probably have a stop loss right down here around 216, which I think is a little bit too tight. More likely than not, around 209. That's the move you're looking for. I would say it's a decent play, but it is a little bit higher risk because you really, the ratio is like more like 1-to-1 if I show this right here. 235. Stop loss right here. Oh, it's 2. Okay, that's not terrible. Yeah, that'd probably be the play. You might have to add some leverage in there though. We thought about it actually happening last time where we could possibly get back up there, but we got slammed back down. What was the momentum like at that time? 4 hour was fine. Oh no, the momentum wasn't good enough on the 4 hour chart when we were trying to make that move, so see how it died down so fast. How about back over here? Yeah, daily momentum was fine. It's just the 4 hour really just couldn't help us out, could it? How's the weekly momentum? Weekly momentum, it wasn't the best. Yeah, it wasn't the best. That's true. But at least the MACD was still barely bullish. There you go. And just so you know, as far as Bitcoin's concerned, we are looking at a little bit of a trend line right here. Maybe we'll be able to bounce off and keep on going, but we may enter a little bit more of a consolidation period here where things get a little bit more boring. I'm excited to see, mostly because, as we talked about before, there's a good chance that Gary Gensler resigns today. And I think he'd rather give his resignation to Joe Biden rather than Donald Trump. At least that's what I'm thinking about. I don't know what you guys think about that one, but I think he's more of a Biden fan rather than a Trump fan. Seamless protocol, seam possible price 50x. I don't know. When it comes to most tokens, as long as they're underneath a like a 500 to like $600 million market cap, you can easily get those 50 to 60x gains over a period of weeks, even days if you're lucky. But usually it's going to be weeks and months, right? And then Vegas Big Pump Monday, that's what it looks like, but be careful because that volatility could always be a very good start to Monday and a very bad ending to Monday after his speech is over, because we really don't have much to look forward to unless we talked about those executive orders and what happens with those. Why demonetized? YouTube did not actually tell me why. They said I did reused content, but everything I've been doing has been the same for freaking months, if not years. And so I asked them, hey, what video are you having a problem with? Right, so I could figure that out, stop doing it, take my punishment if I wanted to take the punishment, right? Like, okay, what's going on? But they refused. They said they're not allowed to tell me what video violated the guidelines. They can't tell me. So yeah, so I was just like, you fucking kidding me? So yeah, they're being a little sneaky with it. They're being very, very sneaky with it. So I'm losing out on about $1,000 a month because of it. Kind of sucks, right? That's money I could use for whatever. Loki getting a grooming or something like that. Me getting gas. I don't know. It's just money I could use. Yeah, they won't tell me what happened. They won't tell me what video messed up. So really sketchy. Am I still eating the factory meals? Yes, I actually just finished one before this stream. I was originally going to stream at 11:30, but I pushed it back to 12 because I wanted to eat. I had some like pork ragu one with broccoli. They're pretty good. I think I like their pasta the most, but I've eaten all the pasta ones. I have like chicken. I got a lot of chicken ones in there. It's like chicken and rice, chicken and quinoa, chicken and this, chicken and that. It's pretty good. Biden just fixed everything. Trump old as fuck, but he got Ilona. What's Ilona? Maybe Melania? Maybe Melania? Add color technology, 100 million short shares. I don't even know what that means. Let's see. Sir, Solana, my entry 173. I'm still hold. Please tell me I hold no. I mean, right now, if you're holding at 173, you're still up quite a bit. If you really care, I mean, I would just have a stop loss somewhere close to where you are, or a trailing stop loss, and just leave it as that. Well, every time you guys make a trade, you guys have to understand where you guys want to sell, where you guys' price target. For example, when I did my XRP trade back in the day, this one over here, I don't even remember when I bought this one. Hold on a second while we watch Bitcoin, because I do want to see if Bitcoin does have a pop here pretty soon. Actually, can I find this one here? order history. God, I've had these trades for a minute. Let's see. There we go. So for my XRP trade here, when I got this initial profit, I closed it right here. I got close to the top too. But yeah, so I closed the majority of my position right here as it was falling back down, because I was like, okay, it might enter to consolidation after that massive move. Yeah, so I sold off around like 80% of my position, right? And now after another 42 days, we're finally having another breakout. All right. My goal with this trade, when I bought this back in November, right around here, when I bought this position, I bought it because one of you guys was talking about what should you do with XRP? Should you hold it for the long term? What's the goal? And I was like, I'd hold XRP because of the lawsuit stuff. We've had some good news with lawsuits over the past year, and when the lawsuit news happens, of course, XRP usually makes a good move, right? But that's the only reason I really bought it, at least on weeks. And because I have a bunch of it, not with leverage, but just spot. But my goal was to just be like, okay, if we get up here, see a big breakout, I'm going to sell it, right? And I waited, and all of a sudden, something happened. I was doing something during this time, actually. I think I was in Vegas or something. So I wasn't able to close it over here, and I managed to close it right there. And, you know, I sold the majority of it. That was my plan. And now I'm just leaving the rest of it to just kind of rally up by itself. So what you could do is you could put a stop loss for your Solana and be like, hey, if Solana falls back down 5% from where it is now, 10% from where it is right now, I'll sell 80% and I'll leave that last 20% to kind of ride in for a little bit to see if we can have a good move, right? And you can even see XRP. There was about to be a death cross right here, but that big boom actually helped it out quite a bit. But XRP is very sensitive to what's happening with Gary Gensler and the SEC right now. I would say we're seeing Bitcoin actually have a short-term breakdown here, just so you guys know. We talked about it a few seconds ago. But if Gary Gensler does announce his resignation here fairly soon, Bitcoin will go up, sure, but I think XRP will be the big mover because of that. XRP is waiting and like begging for that type of moment to come across. You know, the X feeds right now. Let's see. Let's see. Any big news here? State of Wyoming just introduced legislation. Yes. This is from the 15th. Why are all these things old? This is from the 14th. God, I fucking hate Twitter sometimes. I really freaking do. Really freaking do. This is from yesterday. Okay. I guess that's where the AI comes in, to be honest. I feel like the AI is that. Wyoming Representative Jason Wasserberger introduced legislation for strategic Bitcoin reserve. Yeah. An act relative to a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Man, they are humming with it. Anything else? Oh, Senator Loomis says, Wyoming took its first bold step towards a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Thank you, Representative Wasserberger, for introducing the legislation to a now permanent fund to diversify into Bitcoin. This forward-thinking approach will benefit our state as we lead the nation in financial innovation. It is interesting seeing Republicans take the lead on cryptocurrency. Republicans are not usually at the forefront of tech, and yet they are with Bitcoin, which is just so weird. So weird. It's not something I would expect, right, growing up? You to the CEO? There's no way I'm getting my monetization back. They said I could reapply in April. Yeah, I get to reapply in April. So that's pretty much what I have to do. Sucks. Yeah, trust me, guys. I know it sucks. Do I use a personal trainer? No, I use ChatGPT, and I have friends who were personal trainers in the past or military personal trainers in the past, and they've been like designing my workout. So, in a sense, yes, but it's not like they're actively going into the gym with me and like watching me as I work out. I don't like those types of workout environments. I usually am like by myself, have headphones. If I see a guy I know, I'll give him a fist bump and I'm right back to working out. I have to be in the right mood to work out, and usually being in the right mood is like fuck off to the world. Like let's lose these fucking pounds. But yeah, I don't use personal trainers in the gym. I just, have friends in the space. I have a lot of good friends in the space, actually, just across a lot of industries. Hey, Bill, Showtime, can I get LCX? What about LCX you want me to talk about? But yeah, I can check it out in a second. Your Bitcoin entry is 90,300. I'm still a hold. Please tell me hold or no. Dude, that's up to you where you wanted to sell at. I mean, if it were me, I'd probably scale it out, but I'm not you. So that's really up to you. You could scale out 20, 30% right now and still be happy with the returns as they come over the next few weeks. It's really up to you. Because right now we are heading for, again, all-time highs, which is going to be a big level of resistance. Typically, during these circumstances, I scale out a little bit of my Bitcoin. Am I doing it right now? No, because my long-term Bitcoin's still safe. But my leverage positions, you are just incurring fees on that type of stuff, to be honest. Would you sell off some Doge now or wait for the inauguration? Depends on where you bought it. I'm not selling any of my Doge until the altcoin season really kicks off, until it starts hitting around like $70, $80. So not $80. 70 cents, 80 cents. That's kind of where I'm looking for Dogecoin to go up to. My fail safe is if Dogecoin breaks down below 20 cents, maybe 25. I am going to probably 25 if we're at 40 right now. If it goes back down below like 25 cents, I'll probably sell like 90% of what's left of my Dogecoin, because again, I bought that Dogecoin back when it was like 0.0024, so it's been in my pocket for a minute. Do I think there'll be a pullback before Monday? I would expect so, yeah. Usually when we see these types of big moves, there typically is a slight pullback, even something more of a fair value gap. So looking at this from the 4-hour chart right now, you could already see a little bit of a pullback happening after that large move. Last time we did a nice little move here, it definitely did have a pullback. You're seeing a Fibonacci level. That's currently where the daily guys are trying to get us to not break above. We got 3 more hours. If you're a short or bear, you're trying to push us back down below that. Even on the weekly chart, we managed to close above it, and it still wasn't enough. Really, it comes down to the monthly chart here. And as I see it, we still have 14 days left, so this is going to be a battle zone where bears really don't want this to go any higher, to be frank. So you'll see a lot of tension. However, if we do manage to break above this, you can be looking at some really beautiful moves here with Bitcoin. I mean, going up towards like 115, 120,000 bucks if we can just clear this hurdle here. It would definitely be a historic, February, end of January type of moment. Because again, typically, Bitcoin doesn't do well in January, as we've all kind of heard everybody say, including myself. Well, I mean, just look at January right now. It's a freaking rocket ship. A lot of the norms that we're used to, how do I describe it? Like, they're being broken because of all this new money, the institutions getting involved, the government getting involved. It's just bringing out a new cycle, and this cycle isn't really something we've seen in a while. I might even go over here. All right, see, this is Bitcoin's halving cycle, right? Started up, halving 1, halving 2, halving 3, halving 4. Well, you could see we're still in the beginning stages of this cycle. Go right over here. Right, took off a little bit for the next few months. Consolidation took off, a lot of lag over here in 2014, and then can I go back? Can I reset this? Can I? No. Auto scale. All right, whatever. Let's pull off the last few. See, I wish I could scale it properly. Hey, that's a little bit better. Oh, that's still pulling too. Okay, it doesn't matter. We're still early. We could be at the beginning of a massive rally right now, just like we're back over here. See how it took a little bit of time, right? This one kind of just went straight into it. Although you could say this was COVID and low interest rates that made everything perfect, but we could still have a nice little rally here. At this moment in time, though, you see Bitcoin take a little bit of a breakdown. Joseph, yeah, we just talked about the short term here. Bitcoin is actually having a slight breakdown right now. Slight. So you may see it pull back down over here towards 104,100 or so. Generally speaking, the middle time frames are still fairly bullish here. Long term still bullish as well, but as far as like the short term, medium term you're talking about, we're definitely a little bit better off right now with a little bit more of a pullback. Again, with some nuances with news, but as the day goes on, the stock market's going to close. As the stock market closes, Bitcoin usually calms down a little bit more as well. I guess I can pull up this. You guys know what I'm pulling up, the market sessions. New York time, baby. Woo! Actually, even Tokyo time had a little pop. New York time, volatile. Tokyo, okay. London, okay. But well, actually, Tokyo, great. New York, great. London, of course, okay. But yeah, New York, that's that shit. Again, you got to wake up early to get that. That's why I did that poll question. Don't answer in the chat because I'm not going to remember if I even told you guys or if I ask you here. I did a couple polls over the last couple days. Is that a nude girl with Bitcoin? Oh, I thought it was. See, I'm so messed up. A dollar sign these days equals Bitcoin to my brain. Let's go to the community very fast. Told you guys about my Xfinity issues, so I got new Wi-Fi. Everything's working fine, and the stream is still going on, guys. Yeah, the stream's still fine. What time should I stream if I have time for 2 streams? All times are Pacific Standard. 8 o'clock, 5 o'clock seems to be close. 12 to 5 seem to be the best. 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. or 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. 5 p.m. excuse me, and then before 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. So looks like the 12 to 5 is winning, the 8 to 5 is winning. So if I'm up around 8, I might do it, but I'll probably end up doing 8 and 5 basically. It's 8-12 basically. Oh, Jesus. 8 a.m. some days, 5 p.m. always, and then 12 p.m. sometimes, and then 5 p.m. always. That's usually the gist. Now, I can move to 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. and stuff like that, but generally speaking, kind of when I want to stream. Now that my Wi-Fi is back in order, I didn't even know my Wi-Fi was breaking. It's freaking driving me nuts. And I know we talked about that breakdown here, but I guess I'll just leave this line up here for you guys to see. I talked about it. There it is. So this is some of that pullback that we've been hoping for. Altcoins are still doing okay. Doge is fine. WIF is fine. Bonk is fine. Most altcoins aren't taking too much of a hit off of Bitcoin taking its little bit of a breather here. Just, take that with a grain of salt, but that is what we're seeing right now. And let's see. See if there's any other news here. XRP 5. XRP is trending right now. That's rare. Fresh news for XRP holders. That could be a scam, so be careful with that. Reward program. This looks like a big push, a crypto scam push. Rewards. There it is. Yeah, gotta be careful with all these referral stuff. Or reward stuff. Magaverse. What's the Magaverse? I guess Trump verse. Capital One down. Oh yeah, I got a message on my phone about my Capital One credit cards or some shit happening with direct deposit. Christy Gnome. Okay, that's not important. Any breaking news here before we start going back into the charts? Do you guys think TikTok's getting banned or not? I'm really curious to see what you guys think. And it seems like Elon Musk may be able to buy they may be able to buy TikTok, but they won't be buying the algorithm as part of TikTok, which would make it really useless if you ask me. Like really useless. Everybody would drop off the app so fast they would still go over to what's that website? Red Note. I actually got a Red Note account. It seems like it's a pretty fun place. Today they will allow you to get a loan against your Bitcoin and Coinbase. I saw that. I actually think that's a great idea for everybody here. No, you want to take a bath? Yeah, that's what I thought. You guys stop doing that. He's been whining a little bit more than I'm comfortable with lately, trying to get extra treats and stuff. He has to learn that he doesn't always get it. He'll get it when he least expects it. However, what was I just saying right there? Oh yeah, I think that's been something we've needed for a long time actually. That will allow more people to hold Bitcoin. If you can get a loan against your cryptocurrency assets, that's one of the best things that we can see happen for Bitcoin in the long term. That'll bring a lot of like long-term holders into Bitcoin. As you guys know, a lot of millionaires and billionaires, they have a lot of assets, a lot of stocks, right? Well, instead of selling their stocks and taking profit, what they do is they just take out massive loans against those stocks, and they can live off of those loans and just pay them back when they eventually do sell the stock, which is a great system, for the wealthy. So yeah. So that's one thing you guys should be aware of. Actually, I think there's been more than a few companies trying to figure this out, actually. Coinbase is offering loans against your Bitcoin. Let's see. Yeah, see, here's another one. SOV. Nebus. Coin Ledger, that's the crypto loan providers. But yeah, so there are tons of things. I guess the big one would probably be the Investopedia story about Coinbase. Coinbase users can now pledge their Bitcoin as collateral to take out a loan worth $100,000 in USD stablecoins after a new service was launched Thursday. These loans can be made via the Coinbase app, but will be serviced by DeFi platform Morpho, which is found on the Coinbase developed Base blockchain. Using Bitcoin as collateral offers a chance to raise money without a taxable transaction for your Bitcoin, but also puts it at risk. In case of Bitcoin price volatility, Coinbase's services require additional capital or liquidation of Bitcoin holdings if the value of the loan exceeds 86% of the value of Bitcoin held as collateral. I think that's reasonable for something that's just coming back onto the market. Because something coming to the market like a Bitcoin loan, because Bitcoin is so volatile, you can imagine taking out a $100,000 loan, right? But all of a sudden Bitcoin crashes 30-40%. Now your loan is a lot more than the value of the collateral. So they want you to add more Bitcoin, buy more Bitcoin basically, in order to fix that. I can understand it. But somebody's gonna fuck up and get liquidated with that type of rule right there. Definitely gonna have an issue there. All right, there we go. Pull this back up here. There we go. There you go. All right. So let me see if there's any other news today, because I see Bitcoin falling back down a little bit here. I'm gonna pull up YouTube to see if there was any other talk about Bitcoin coming from CNBC, Fox Business, or anything like that. I know we watched CNBC this 1 month ago. Today. Nope. Bitcoin Bloomberg. So here is a video about Trump going to be doing, Trump plans to designate crypto as national policy or national priority. I just want to... I'm going to fast forward to this to see the chyrons. There it is, coming up early. There we go. Full stream right here. Let's get the music down actually before I go in for any further. There we go. All right, and let's push play.
To moving it forward over phases.
We'll get back to foreign policy in a second, but just on tariffs, Jimmy, I guess the question, and we speak to a lot of people on Wall Street, even the big chief executives that say, look, first of all, he cares about the markets. Yeah. He doesn't have targets, but he certainly wants to have a strong economy. And so if you go too hard on tariffs, that puts it in jeopardy. This is a negotiating tool.
Yeah, 100%. I think if you go back to the campaign, one of the things that he kept emphasizing was
tariffs
inflation,
are a campaign
cost
move.
of living in America. So
negotiating.
It'll be foolhardy for him to campaign on one thing and then do something that actually makes the situation worse. So what we think will happen is, yes, we'll have tariffs. Probably they'll be phased in. It'll be a balancing act, and a lot of that is a negotiating tool for sure. And we know that he cares about the markets, and the markets have shown since the beginning of the year they are very, very worried about inflation and knock-on impact on interest rates.
But, Jimmy, do you think they're too optimistic at the moment? Because it feels like actually they're pricing, gung-ho for a U.S. economic growth, inflation, kind of, there's wobbles about what the Fed does, but they feel okay.
Yeah, I think if we look at it from a market perspective, it's broadly a positive.
I just like how the cups say help. I'm guessing it must be advertising where all the cups just say help.
Positive story for the economic indicators, broadly positive for the markets. Yes, there are risks. Trump is Trump. He'll do some things that will surprise markets, but broadly speaking, is pro-regulation, anti-regulation, is pro-business, is pro-deals, which are all good things. So we think net the market is kind of in a wait-and-see mode. It's a good thing actually that the markets are closed on Monday, so we can kind of digest what happens.
After he's done, I think they talk about Bitcoin. I think after he's done.
He's doing a bit of yoga. So what does it mean, Leslie, when you do an executive order, for example, on crypto policy, it's unclear. I mean, executive orders show you the direction, but is it necessarily actionable straight away? It feels like foreign policy could maybe be more tangible.
Executive orders are very real. I think, the question is later on, can they be more easily undone because they haven't, they're not legislation. But yeah, they're real. Absolutely. The question is, will he sort of say he's doing something and then walk it back? And I think to the comment about it being tariffs being a negotiating tactic, absolutely right. And the big question is, how prepared is Europe? How prepared is Canada? Do they have their lists? Are they actually going to retaliate? Or are they going to say, look, we're going to buy more American goods and reduce our trade deficit and surplus and then he starts to walk back. And those are the sort of unknowns. But it is extraordinary how quickly people have moved. The number of people that are turning up to the inauguration, that are giving to the inauguration, that are seemingly enthusiastic and ready for this it's really, the energy is extraordinary. The markets are clearly, very up.
Okay, markets, yeah. They didn't talk about Bitcoin as much as I thought, to be honest, so that's something. All right, take the headphones back off. Let's get that music rolling back over again. Let me see, right there. All right, so I want to do a quick little peek here. How's everything doing with this Bitcoin short-term breakdown? Ethereum's still going higher, guys. Ethereum's launching. Solana's still going higher for the most part, hitting resistance. Dogecoin's still fine. WIF is cooling off a little bit, but again, Bitcoin's been cooling off for the past like half an hour or so. Bonk is going higher. Yeah, you're seeing altcoins actually still making a pretty good move here. Shiba's still fine. Pepe's still fine. Milady's up a little bit. Same with Floki. Gala's coming down a little bit. GTC still fine. ICP. We talked about buying some ICP a few days ago. KDA is up around 20% right now. Yeah, some of these pushes have just been really good so far. Look at that. That's what you want to see in a year, like a monthly chart or a weekly chart. Popcat's up 22%. Turbo's up 12. Maybe I should have doubled down on Turbo, but I got tired of holding this with leverage, so all I have is spot Turbo accounts right now. You want to short Bitcoin? I mean, I would say you can try to, but I mean, I wouldn't do that as long as everything is so bullish. If you wanted to do it, you'd have to have a stop loss pretty close by, which you can do around $1,000 higher than where it is now, and then from there you try to ride it back down here, possibly towards $101,000 for like a $3,000 to $4,000 loss as far as Bitcoin's price. Right? That's how you would try to play it. It's risky though. There we go. Okay. Boudeng is back up above 13% today. Oh, even Matic is making moves. How's Matic doing? Still kind of beat up, isn't it? Yeah, Matic is still kind of beat up here. Yeah, back to where it was 2021, 2020. Yeah, 2021. Different times, but still overall holding up okay. Nasdaq is having a big day today, it looks like. Yeah, definitely jump back up. A little bit of resistance, but that's fine. Yeah, you're seeing Bitcoin still get hit a little bit right now. Alright, push that back up. Canelo XRP, yeah, just talked about it. Let me see if I can bring it back up here. There you go. XRP about a week ago just had a breakout. On top of that, we did have some bullish momentum the day before the break, I guess, the 10th. Oh, okay, so what is that? Wait, hold on. Oh, everything became bullish on the breakout. Yeah, so a little bit of a buying opportunity back up there. It did rally back a little bit higher. How's the weekly chart for this one now? Still bullish. With XRP, though, it's a little bit more interesting. Let me get rid of this line here. Let me get rid of this old breakout or all this stuff. You know, a lot of times we have some really nice Fibonacci levels to use. This one's a little bit more complicated because we have to go way back in time to March of 2022. That's COVID times. There you go. And you can see it got rejected right there on the Fibonacci level, and right now it's actually pushing through that level, and we're heading closer to around $5.51 for XRP, which again, that was probably one of my targets for XRP this cycle. And again, maybe I've underestimated how fast XRP could really go. I guess I've been treating XRP as if it was the XRP from years ago, right? Where it's just going flat for years and years and years and years and years. It is no longer going flat like it did for years and years and years and years. But what I need to go look at here very fast is, let's go to monthly chart. Get rid of the oscillators. Let's make this log. It is also running into a resistance level as we speak at $3.30. So after this one, we're looking at 517, and 517 to 559. So this might be a good opportunity if XRP does have a nice rise. This might be my price target for selling off a good chunk of my XRP right up here. That's probably how I'd see it, because these Fibonacci levels have been overall fairly good for Bitcoin, and not for XRP. Let's see. Yeah, in the past, some of these have really been working out. Only a little bit right there, but nice move. A little bit right there. Well, let me go back in time that far. Well, you can see the big level of resistance. Resistance. Eventually broke out above it. Resistance, right? So these fibs are pretty useful. So XRP, if you're holding this for a little bit longer, you might be just looking for around that $5 range, the 517 range. That might be pretty nice to see. You know, a stop loss potentially around, well, it depends on when you bought, but you know, a stop loss down here at the lows of this last consolidation. That's probably a safer way. If you want to play it a little bit safer, you can go back over here to 232, or if you really want to play it safe, you could have it be this previous level of resistance around 292. Excuse me. Actually, I don't think that's a bad level of resistance either. I mean, support if you want to do a stop loss. Short term, long term, it's still looking pretty good. 5-minute chart for Bitcoin's kind of falling apart on us, but everything else seems to be going up, and we're seeing a Bitcoin dominant shift. Trump ENA is the best ENA pump. What is Trump ENA? I don't even know what that is. I mean, there's so many new tokens coming out every day, everybody. It's getting a little bit hard to keep track of everything. Back over here. What's moving up over the last hour? Curve Dow token, ENA. Maybe that's right there. You're talking about ENA? Yeah. Dog with hats up a little bit. AI 16. Oh, it is popping off a little bit more. So that may be a move. It's up over $1 billion market cap though, which makes it a little bit more expensive, but so you can still make some good money day trading that. Trending tokens is Lingo. What is Lingo? 57 million market cap. Huh. Yeah, interesting. Why is this trending? It's loading something. World's most rewarding token, the first RWA-powered rewards ecosystem. Ah. This looks like a city building game I'd buy. Let's hold. Let's fucking go hold. Hodl. Oh, let's see. Lingo's the first token that leverages real-world assets, gamification, and crypto culture to fuel and disrupt community rewards. Ah, okay. This actually might be kind of fun. 38 billion investors combine assets under management. Really? Let Lingo surprise you with rewards at 3,000 brands across 80 countries thanks to our network of 100,000 hotels and gift card partners for an app. This sounds like another version of STMX, to be honest, and I do own STMX, so maybe I'll buy some of this instead of adding more exposure into STMX. That could definitely be something interesting there. There you go, good boy. Don't want to roll over your tail. I see they're also partnered up with Starbucks, and I have a friend that works for Starbucks, and he's the head of their blockchain division, if you will. I know I have my contacts, right? And I may ask him, what are you doing with these guys, Lingo? And actually, I know he got a new phone, but I'm pretty sure I still have his number. If not, I have a friend that has it. I do have it. Okay, sweet. So I will message him in a little bit, asking him what they're going on here. But Marriott, Netflix, Uber, trading volume. Oh, team. Okay. Yeah, I'm interested in this one. I don't like scrolling down. Investors. So altcoin daily's invested. So if altcoin daily's invested, you know they're going to pump it. Where can I buy this spot? Anywhere in the United States? No, 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 no. Okay, so nothing in the United States for me here. I'm not swapping, so let's go to perpetual futures. Weeks, there we go. Let's see if I can find this on Weeks here. I don't know if they put it up. Usually it'll be announced before they actually put it up here. Let's see. Lingo new, yeah. Okay. Daily chart, shit. We messed the run. Okay, let's give this a shot. $300. Come on, Numlock, don't do this to me. Oh, okay, $300. 5x leverage long. It's already pumped up a little bit. Oh, okay, it's okay. We'll see how this works out. Okay. Yeah, okay. Interesting. I wish I could buy it spot though. But I will see what I'm able to get out of it. Also, for those of you guys in weeks in the spot, I told you guys I bought the token a while ago. I did sell it. I may hop back in as it's about to reach all-time highs again. I kind of just got like excited, if that makes sense, because I bought it back over here, right? And it popped up over 100% in one day. I was like, shit, I don't know if it's going to pop up again. I better just sell this shit out of this. And it did drop like 10-15% afterwards. Actually, I don't know if it was really 10-15%. What was it? Because I sold it really close to the top. Yeah, about 14%. Yeah, 10-15. Yeah, I may hop back into that as well. So I am seeing some nice stuff here. And if you guys do like weeks and want to join it, I have the links down below. All that good stuff. I don't need to explain it to you guys over and over again. But yeah, that lingo. Altcoin Daily, they can pump up something like no other. Kingsley Coleman, Tala Cohen, the Kraken USA Managing Director. Follow on X. They were at an expo. Which one? I wonder which one. They got a lot of followers. Yeah. There was a lot of hype around this, and I think that's because of altcoin Daily. Maybe I'm giving them too much credit, but that seems like a good play right there. Did I see some people fighting for Pokemon cards in Costco on the news? Is it Pokemon Bull Run now? I've been hearing about that. I feel like you had to, from what I saw, I think it was on TikTok, you had to pre-order them because as soon as you got to the store, they were all sold out. I didn't know Pokemon cards were making a comeback here, but I guess in certain corners of the web they are. I mean, I think I've scrolled through TikTok once or twice and I've just come across a Pokemon card opening channel, and all they're doing is just opening Pokemon cards over and over and over again. And I'm like, how much are those cards that you're opening up? Because that seems like you're just blowing a shit ton of money. But I think if they get like a rarer card, I guess it's like very much worth it. So I don't know. And of course they get donations while doing it too to help them find the card they're looking for. But yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about how people go that far for Pokemon cards. I'd go that far for Bitcoin. Shit, if there was like one Bitcoin in Costco, you know, and it's half off, shit, I'm punching somebody for that sucker. Starbucks changed their policy using bathroom. Now you heard the news. Oh yeah, what do you call? Possibly. I think they should have done it a while ago. I live in, around Seattle. Their bathrooms can be kind of shitty because there could be some dude like shooting up in there and they're like, shit, I came to drink a coffee, get myself a little overpriced sandwich, right? Now I gotta like deal with this fucking guy in the bathroom like shooting up methamphetamine or whatever people shoot up themselves with. I'm not a drug expert, but yeah, I don't want to deal with that crap. I hate it. They should have done it a long time ago. You'd see how uncomfortable the employees felt having to deal with the people like that. I think it's long overdue, to be honest, and I think that I'm kind of happy they're listening to their employees. And hey, Steve, Mike, do you know YouTube pause membership benefits? Yeah, so, okay, I'll say this as much as I need to because it's all ticking me off. YouTube demonetized my channel. They will not tell me why my channel is demonetized or what video broke the policy. Sorry, I should say the first thing. They said I did reuse content, but all of my content is the same content as you guys know I've been making for freaking years. And I asked them, hey, what video broke your guidelines in the YouTube terms of service, right? They refused to tell me. So I don't exactly know what it is. It feels kind of personal to me, but like, hey, I can't let my ego be that inflated that I think I'm that important. That being said, because of that, all memberships are paused and they're probably going to be deleted over the next month or so. Not by me, but by YouTube. And then I have to reapply for the program in order to get, not sponsors, to get memberships again, I have to reapply for them in April. So YouTube has very much fucked my channel, and I am very disappointed in them for that. But there's not really much more I can do about it. Literally, all they said I can do was wait until April. That's all I can do. Same, but yeah, that's pretty much it, Steve. That's pretty much it. Yeah, my homie pulled a $700 Charizard like 2 years ago. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. You get some nice moves right there. You can get some real nice money. And he brought some boxes for like $500 each, and they went up like 2K a box or something like that. He was telling me. I mean, especially on those secondary markets, I bet you guys can get some real good Pokemon cards and things like that. Especially if they're coming from Costco. That means you got to get a Costco card just to even buy a freaking Pokemon card. Oh my god. I haven't had a Pokemon card in forever though. I used to have some collector stickers, but somebody took them. I don't know where they are, to be honest. I think they're just gone forever. But as a kid, I used to have a bunch of, it's like a picture book with those plastic films you can put over the pictures so they kind of stay in place. I used to have one filled with Pokemon, not cards, but Pokemon stickers. And they were limited edition, all types of cool stuff. And then went off to college, and when I came back, they were just not there. So I don't know what happened to them. You lost Super Chat? Yep. I cannot make any money off of YouTube. The only way you can support my channel, and I guess I'll reinforce this, I guess, over time, is if you are looking for a new exchange, right? If you are looking for a new exchange, use the links down in my description, because that does help me out a lot. Although I was sponsored by Tatbit up until yesterday, because I think Tatbit scammed me out of money. So I'm going to make a video about that. That's going to be talking about it tomorrow. But basically, they said they wanted to sponsor the channel. And I was like, okay, sure. You know, that's fine. So I tested out their platform for a little bit. They said they'd put $1,500 into my account. And that $1,500 would have me promote them for 4 months. So whatever 1,500 divided by 4 is basically... 375 or something like that. I don't know. But basically, again, just pay a few $100 a month for promoting them. But as soon as I started promoting them, or they put the money into my account, and I was like, okay, I'll pull the money out later on. So I started promoting them, and then they never released the money. Basically, they had this thing where if I try to withdraw, it says I'm locked out of withdrawing. And so I contacted them, and then they tried to change the terms of the rules and all that type of shit. And I was like, oh, you guys are trying to fucking get one over on me. So I'm no longer being sponsored by Tatbit, or I pretty much give the middle finger to Tatbit. But I'm going to make a video about it. If you guys go to my description, you notice the links are already off my videos. I was really disappointed in them, because usually when I work with exchanges, I've never had a problem working with an exchange. Even if it's negotiation, talking, stuff like that, I've never had an issue. The last time I had an issue with an exchange was Voyager. If you guys recall, that went down because I had like $500 something trapped in there. But yeah, that's it. So yeah, so this YouTube shit's been ticking me off left and right. You gotta stop, Loki. You gotta stop. You want to say hi to everybody very fast? Loki wants to say hi. I get a Patreon? Yeah, I've just never been a Patreon type of guy. I've always liked YouTube. But maybe I'll start one up. I'm just not consistent at giving members the benefits they deserve. Right? So I think for me, it's more of stream as much as possible. And for people that want to support, I'll make sure the links and everything like that are down. Like if you want to buy Luxalgo, buy it from my account, not somebody else's. If you want to get a new exchange, I'll put more links down there and stuff like that. I think that's probably the best way to go about it. But I don't want to be reliant on YouTube, because YouTube can just turn me off like that and not. I think that's. It's not that YouTube demonetized my channel. I mean, I'm upset about it. Sure. It's the fact that they won't tell me which video broke the rules. They say they're not allowed to, that they can't. And I'm like, sure. It just seems so sketchy, right? And hey, Multi-Stoker, happy to see my man. F Voyager, the amount of money we got back was a slap in the face. Very much so. Especially after Bitcoin went up so much. You know they had the money to pay everybody back. Do I see XRP hitting $50? No, I do not. Maybe at this point, maybe 10, 15 if we're really lucky. But I don't see anything crazy like 50. Maybe if we're lucky, they could have an XRP spot ETF launch, and maybe that can push it up even higher. But I don't know. That market cap's kind of hefty for it to get all the way up to the $50. All right, hold on one second here. I already gave Loki his big treat for the day. The rest of the treats are on my counter over there, and I'm not getting up. You guys can see Loki very fast. Oh, you got a toy too? Oh, you don't want to play? He's just chewing on the toy. Come here. Oh, you're not going to come in for... Oh, there you go. Okay, yeah. Oh, you just don't want to let go of the toy. Oh, yeah, he doesn't care about me. He's like about the toy. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Good boy. Yep. Uh-huh. Now he's running off. Yeah, he's having a good day. Let's see. Hey, Mosucker. I actually am going to get started with Rumble here. I'm just getting over having bad Wi-Fi, but I am going to pull together my Rumble account again and start posting on there. So basically, all of my content on YouTube will be on Rumble. I think I figured out how to upload videos on there the right way. I actually tested out this 2 weeks ago, actually, because I was thinking about Rumble starting it off for the new year, but of course, I'm 17 days late. But yeah, I will be posting more consistently on Rumble, just in case YouTube tries to do some trickery. But as far as Dogecoin is concerned, we talked about it a while ago. It is pumping back up a little bit more. It had a breakout a few days ago here, bounced back off the 50-day moving average, and then it started to move back up here, breaking above this first level of resistance around 40 cents, and now it's heading back up here for this next one, of course, around 41 cents. I think this is good. I think I like where it's going. For me right now, I'm just still in more of a dollar cost average mentality here. If you do want to do some day trading on this, it actually has been working out very similarly to Bitcoin. Typically, Dogecoin used to do its own little thing, you have to think about a couple months ago, but now it's really following Bitcoin quite a bit. On the smaller time frames, though, just a little bit of a heads up, you see it tilting off a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if it either starts to break back down over the next 8 hours, ready for the weekend to have a weekend push, or if you're lucky and if you can kind of time this a little bit better, play this pennant out and try to get that breakout, and then you might be able to make some money there. Right now, with Bitcoin kind of going back into more of its own consolidation mode, I'd probably say Dogecoin might chill out for a little bit and then have another move later on tonight once we have a new daily candle. I might just break down, tilt back up, and try to have another run. But just keep it on to see if it actually does make a breakout above this trend line right there, or that resistance. That's probably where I would try to attack it. Unless you're looking for maybe a dip buy over here and then double dip over here and before it tries to move up high a little bit more. All right, but okay, buddy, I gotta head out for just a quick second. I gotta go let Loki out to use the bathroom. I'll be streaming in literally just a few more hours. I think like maybe 5 or 6. I'll stop on the next stream, and then I think what's the best way to do it? I'll start streaming at 6 o'clock, and then we'll chill for like a couple hours. I think 2 hours now that my Wi-Fi is back to normal, and then maybe then I'll be streaming on Rumble, X, and YouTube at the same time, and I'll see how my system does, because right now it seems to be doing fairly well. So I'll see you guys a little bit later. If you're wondering about XRP Akash, we talked about it like 3 times today. You'll find footage if you go back in time a little bit here. But what do you call? So far, things looking pretty good. I'll give you guys an update in just a little bit and get ready for more